And thank you for that, Ellie. Well, it's Next Level Wednesday, and today one local business owner shares what it takes to be successful and how she stepped up her game during the pandemic. WBKB's Stephanie Maniche has more.
Today I'm in downtown Alpena at Rusty Petunias, where I am speaking with business owner Laura Shearer. She is going to share tips today on how you too can own your own business. Tell me, is this something that was your passion, or did you kind of inherit it? What's your story about becoming the owner?
Oh, it's an unusual story, but I've been in retail for over 30 years, so retail's always been my passion. And so that's really nice, and I've always wanted to own my own store, just nothing really fell in my lap, so to speak. And I happened to walk by and it said on the door, store closed, and so I called and found out some information. Next thing you know, I bought the building, bought the interior that was left over, and here I am.
For some people listening, you know, it might be a little difficult for them walking by and seeing property and just buying it, right? What would you say to them are like maybe necessary steps to business ownership, those first initial steps?
Oh, the very first initial steps is definitely go talk to Small Business Association, talk to other business owners, definitely get a feel for what it takes and what you need to do. Definitely the bank is definitely a definite. But talking to the Small Business Association is one of the top ideas that I would give anybody. And talking to other business owners, mainly because they've all experienced different things.
What would you say are the biggest hurdles that one has to overcome when starting a business?
Oh my goodness, there's hurdles every day. One of the largest ones is making sure you get the right product. And a lot of people, the biggest issue that I've seen most store owners have is the fact that they buy stuff that they like and not necessarily that their customers are gonna like. And I think that's the biggest hurdle for anybody, is to get past that.
Knowing your audience.
Knowing your audience, knowing what your customers are going to come in and purchase, not just what you like.
Can you share maybe the biggest hurdle that comes to mind since you've been in business that you've overcome that others may face, and just, I guess, just letting them know you have to persevere?
Well, the pandemic was of course the largest hurdle anybody could ever go through. It was not easy because as a small business owner, a lot of the small business loans and grants and everything were not for a small business. So you just have to be determined, and you just have to do one thing one step at a time. That was my absolute biggest hurdle. Will we have that again in our lifetime? Gosh, I hope not. But we're still going through it, and there's still a lot more to go through. I think one of the biggest things that people have to keep in mind if they want to be a small business owner is that you really have to be ready and to know that when you own a small business, you don't own it, it owns you. You don't just go to work and go home and it's over. It continues on after you get home. 3
top things that describe what you possess to get through each day.
Oh, patience is one. I do have a lot of patience. Let's see, perseverance and stubbornness. And I think that's what gets me through it.
Thank you, Laura. Tune in next week to Next Level Wednesday, where your journey may be explored. In Alpena, Stephanie Maniche, WBKB News.
Thanks for that, Stephanie. And Laura says, as a business owner, you must have a mindset not to fail. But she says there is failure in everything you do, and in order to grow, you have to fail first. Good advice.
Very helpful.
Yeah.